Hey everybody, today's episode, I was going to go out to the park and then come back here and jump on the computer, but unfortunately the weather really isn't going to cooperate with me. So we're going to jump into a topic for today's episode, and today is going to cover, is your park EX eligible, and if it is the gym that you're focusing EX eligible? So guys, let's get into it. Okay, so we're now at the computer, and as you can see, the pass that's shown is the pass that you will receive once you get an EX pass. Now, at some point, if you're not a big city player, don't have access to the city, or just like to play in your hometown, you've asked, how do you get this pass? So in today's episode, we're going to work on trying to tell you how to get it. Hopefully we can help your area get one. And we're going to show you the facts that we know for sure, and we're also going to cover some theories as well. So there's a couple websites we're going to use today. I'm going to put a link down in the comments for you, and we're going to get started. So the first one that you're going to want to use is called Overpass Turbo. Now this here is the Overpass Turbo screen, and what this does, it checks everything except the sponsored gyms to see if that area is going to be EX Raid eligible. So what you do is, as you can see, I've got the map kind of zoomed out over the United States right now. I'm in Missouri, so you just zoom and find where you are located. Just kind of scroll in till you get a little closer to where you are. And this is actually the area we're going to use today. This is the Washington State Park. It's about 20 minutes away from my house, so it's not too far away. Now, to check this to see if your gym is EX eligible, or your area, sorry, you are going to want to manually select box and just make it fit over the park that you are wanting to see, is it EX eligible or not. Okay, now you can see that the entire park is in the box. Up in the left hand corner up here is the run button, so just click run. It's going to process and check all the parameters that Niantic has gave to make sure that this area is qualified to be an EX Raid area. So it just takes about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, depending on internet speed. As you can see, it is done, and the entire park is now highlighted in blue to say that it is EX Raid eligible. Now, for the next step, you're going to have to dig a little bit deeper. Go to your local park, and you're going to have to actually find where the gyms are on this map. Once you find where the gyms are, just get a general kind of pretty good idea. We're going to use another site that's called Sidewalk Labs, and they use the region coverer. As you can see, it took me somewhere in New York. It has never opened up the right spot for me. So just kind of zoom out, find where you are located. Just like Overpass Turbo, it takes just a little bit to figure out where you are. And once you have that, here is the Washington State Park again. Okay, now down here in the bottom left corner is a minimum level, maximum level, and maximum cells. Now Niantic uses these cells to determine which gyms are EX eligible. Now there are certain cells that you need to look for. So we want this minimum to be set to level 13, maximum to be set to level 13, and the max cells I usually just leave at 10. You can either use the circle on this one, you can use the rectangle on this one, whichever's easiest on you. I kind of like the circle, so that's what I'm going to use. Just make sure again that your entire park is in that selected area. As you can now see, the Washington State Park is divided into cells. Now inside these cells is where you'll need to know where your gyms are located. So we have a gym right here by the 104 sign. We have a gym right here. There is another one by this 104 sign. Then we have one gym up here. There are 2 gems, one right here and one right here. Sorry, this gem's actually over here. So 1 gem here, 1 gem here, and 1 gem here. And then we also have 1 gem down here, right in this area somewhere. So now we know that there are 1, 2, 3 cells that have gems in them. Now, the cells go just a little bit further into detail. You need to make sure that the center of the cell is in the park. The main thing you need to focus on is that the center of these cells are in the park. So, we got this one here. The center of the cell is just barely inside the park area, but it is still inside the area. Now, the reason I'm so confident on this one is we've actually had an EX raid at this gem that's right up here. So this cell center is somewhere in this area. It's really close to not being in the park, but it is in the park. This first cell over here, obviously all but a little piece of the upper left-hand corner is in the park. So all the gems in this area will be considered EX eligible. And then our last cell is down here. However, the center of the cell is not going to be in the park. So the 1 gem that's in this area is not EX eligible. However, the other 2 cells that both contain 3 gems apiece, they are EX eligible. Now, that is the facts that we have for EX raids. The remainder of how to get an EX pass is, right now, it's just kind of he said, she said theory based. But we're going to cover that so that we can make a solid attempt at getting you your pass. Now, we know that you have to raid at that gym that's hosting the EX raid to get that pass. All you have to do is at least one raid the week before the passes get sent out. You could do a level 1 raid, you could do a level 5 raid. Now, you can't get more than 1 pass if you do multiple raids, but the more raids you do, the better your chances are going to be to get an EX pass. Now, it's been said that you need a certain number of unique accounts to trigger an EX raid. So what that means is you can't have a group of 5 people that go and battle 1 gym and they battle it 30 times in a week, because that's still only 5 accounts. The number is unknown. However, we have numbers that have been on Reddit. They are from 20 accounts to 30 all the way up to 50. Now, we're going to try and do a video on this later on at the park, and then we're going to feature that in an episode coming up soon. So hopefully I'll be able to get more on that of how many it needs. We'll list how many unique accounts we had and how many of the 6 EX eligible gems we did, and get back with you whether we got a pass or we did not. But we're going to give it a valid effort. That is pretty much all you would need to know of how to get your EX pass. Now, before we end this episode, I'd like to go over one more thing, and that's the event that's currently going on right now. This is just a little graphic that somebody on Reddit has made, and it pretty much covers everything. And just in case you didn't know it, we're going to cover it for you now. The Battle Showdown, which is the fighting event that's currently going on, began May 1st at 1 p.m. PDT time and will end May 14th at 1 p.m. PDT time. There are going to be more wild spawns of fighting type, such as Machop and Makuhita, Metatite, and other fighting types. We now know that Metatite and Makuhita can be shiny in the wild, so make sure you're on the lookout for those. Gym battles and raids are going to give you 2 times the experience. That means a legendary raid will give you 20,000 experience. With a lucky egg, it'll give you 40,000. So that's a great way to get XP and get your level up there. The gym actions, you're going to get 2 times the badge XP. So when you're battling a gym, when you're feeding berries, when you're spinning the stops, you're going to get 2 times that XP. Plus, you're going to get more items from the gym. I don't know exactly how much you get for gold or bronze and silver, but I know a gold gem can give 12 to 14 items for every spin you do. So that's really great. Great way to stock up revives that a lot of people have been lacking. and a great way to stock up your potions and your Pokeballs. Now, for the raids only, you are guaranteed to get at least one rare candy every raid that you win. You must win the raid to get the rare candy, but you will be guaranteed at least one. If you normally would get rare candy in that raid you did, you get one extra. So you're always guaranteed at least one right now. You also get 3,000 Stardust for participating. So whether you win or lose that raid that you do, you're going to get at least 3,000 Stardust. With a star piece, that's going to give you 4,500. So that's a great way to stack up all the Stardust you might need. Okay, everybody, that's going to be the end of today's episode. I hope you guys learned something, and hopefully we can get an EX raid triggered in your area. Make sure if you do get an EX raid to trigger in your area from this video, to make sure to leave us a comment to let us know that it worked and how many accounts you guys had. So that's it for now. See you guys on the next episode. I thought I was done, and then I realized I forgot an important piece of information. The Overpass Turbo and the Sidewalk Labs, I've only been able to get them to work on an actual computer. I haven't got them to work on my mobile device yet. So if you do get them to work on your mobile device, make sure you drop it in the comments below so I can learn how and everybody else can learn as well. So that's going to be it for real this time, guys. And catch you at the next one.